feel so nervous. Hi again, guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. That sounds like so official, but I haven't been on here in such a long time. It's not something that I meant to neglect. It's just kind of something that I wasn't sure if I wanted to do, and so I kind of dabbled with the idea of doing this, doing that, or trying to just stick with like a website, or just trying to stick with freelancing, or just trying to stick with just like down the path of makeup, which I thought, or I wasn't sure of, I wanted to do. Mainly because I always saw YouTube as a makeup outlet rather than like a me outlet, which sounds weird, but just in the past years in which I've been on YouTube, watched YouTube videos, and watched people, it's always been makeup related. And I'm like, you know what? I have nothing to offer, like, makeup wise. Like, I'm not on the newest, hottest shit. Like, yeah, I know about it, but I'm not like trying to get it or trying to try it. Like, nor have I like really bought new makeup anyway. So I'm just kind of like, let me take a step back. And then I realized, like, this is my YouTube channel. It is what I make it. So I am back, but with a little twist on things. Like, I want to make more videos like this about, today I just really want to talk about confidence. But more than anything, I really just want to talk about, or have this channel more about me, not me, but about life, where it's going to have good days, where it's going to have bad days, where it's going to be makeup days, where it's going to be whatever it may be, getting dressed or getting ready or whatever it may be. More than anything, just life, because life is not easy. It's complicated, it's tough. You have rough patches, you have great patches, but it's life. So with that being said, I want my YouTube channel to be more about life from my eyes rather than like makeup. Everything is great. Eyeshadow, foundation, like favorites. Like, I don't want to do that. And I think that's what one of the biggest struggles for me delving back into YouTube was like, dang, does that mean I have to buy all the new foundation, all the new, like, because that isn't me. At one point it was, at one point that's what I was about, and some things have changed. So, I made I took notes today at work because I've been wanting to do this for a while now. I got a ring light. It's nothing like state of the art or anything, but to me, I look poppin'. I have my camera, the camera that I've been having, and I got a charger for it, new batteries. Like, I'm so excited. So it was just more or less like, what did I want to really start this off with? And more than anything, I want to start off with confidence. And more than confidence is about finding yourself. So really quick, I'm just going to talk about my journey as far to where I am now, confidence related. So I was married for 5 years, and I chose to walk away from my marriage. And I think it had a lot to do with, there's just a lot of different aspects of it, and I just kind of want to touch base on a few of them. Now, unfortunately, the notes that I took at work, I left along with my wallet because I am just the smartest. But really quick, just about my marriage, I chose to walk away because I was very unhappy. Me and my husband met when we were 14, and we dated in high school. And at 19, we chose to get married. He was in the military, and we moved around, and we did our thing for a good solid about 4 years, and like 4.5 years. We almost made it to 5 years, but I left before then. And I have no regrets whatsoever. But one of the main reasons why I left was because I wasn't happy. I felt like getting married at a young age, I felt like there's a standard to be held to, like being compared to, like, oh, well, I was like this and I was like this, so I need to stay like this. Like, in my eyes, I felt like there was no room for growth. In my eyes, I felt like I didn't know what I wanted to pursue. I didn't know my passions. I didn't know my happy. And before I left, I was in a very, very dark place. And makeup was a great outlet for me. Sephora was a great outlet for me, my friends. But for the most part, I was very hush-hush about what was really in my heart and what was really in my mind. But at one point, I had to get honest with myself. And I was like, look, if I'm going to make it in life, I need to be honest and truthful with myself. And so I made the hardest decision, and that was to walk away from my marriage. But with that being said, it was one of the best decisions, and I know that sounds kind of crappy, but let me tell you, whenever I got married, I never had intentions on leaving. And another thing is I love my ex-husband. Like for me, there's no like, oh, we're not together, I don't want nothing to do with him, fuck him. Like, it's nothing like that at all, because to me, love isn't just temporary. It isn't for a moment. But anyways, yeah, I didn't have those intentions. So when I left, it was very, very difficult for me. I was very, very lost. I just knew it was the right thing to do. But in the sense of me being lost, I had never been financially independent on my own. I had never, I never had to learn to depend on me, if that makes sense. And so I want to start with the beginning of that. And that is just, confidence is knowing, not even confidence. I think it's just all about finding you and knowing that if nobody in this world has your back, you do. That you will always have a plan B for yourself. Like, you're always going to figure it out. And I think that's one of the most important things that I've learned is, like, you know what? If this fall, doesn't fall through, or what falls through, or whatever it may be, if it doesn't work out in my favor, I got me. It's okay. And that's one of the best things that I've learned so far. I also wanted to talk about, I wish I had my little notes. I also wanted to talk about pursuing your passion. So to me, my life, in my eyes, I think all of our purpose in life is to be happy, and I think once we do that and we are like continuously looking, because I don't think it's like, okay, I'm married, I'm happy. I think that's beautiful if marriage brings you happiness. It was just an example. But what I'm saying is, I feel like it's like a continuous kind of cycle. I don't think that we are just one answer kind of thing. I read somewhere one time, and it was just like, you should never stop asking yourself or saying, when I grow up, I want to be. Because we are evolving creatures, and we are very, very dynamic. And I think to sit there and at a young age, which I also think was an issue with my marriage, was to sit there and think, when I'm 17, they're asking you a question, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I said a nurse. So I went to school to be a nurse, and I ended up just stopping all of that. And I was like, this is not my jam. Like, I think nursing is cool. I think nurses are incredible. And it's just, I just realized, like, that's not me. So what I was saying whenever I was like trying to connect with my marriage was, society standards. So it's like an unspoken language, but it's just kind of like, oh, you have to be married, you have to have kids, you have to have a house, you have to do this, you have to do that. And that was also something that messed with my mind, and another big reason why I didn't walk away from my marriage any sooner. And not saying that I would have, because everything played out the way it was supposed to. But it was just also a big thing of like standards, like, well, I'm supposed to be happy. I'm married and I love him. He loves me. This is how it's supposed to be. But that's not it at all. I think a lot of times women and just people in general, we hold ourselves to this standard like, oh, I'm turning 27 this year, by the way, in August. And I feel like women my age are just like, oh my gosh, I'm single, I'm not married, I don't have a house, I don't have a career. I'm expressing my life right now because I ain't got none of that. Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out, whatever. And I've come to like calm myself down. I don't think like that anymore. I think I did at one point. But now I'm just kind of like, whoa, are you happy? And I am. And I don't have a career. I don't have a college degree. I'm not in a relationship. I don't have a house. Like, it's like completely off in a different route than what normal is, or than like I feel like what society expects me to be. And I'm absolutely okay with that because I love who I've become. So really quick, whenever I did leave my marriage, I was very, very lost. And I think once I realized that I got me, like I have my back, a lot of things changed. I realized, okay, I sat back and I got really real with myself. Like, what do I love? Makeup. Okay, let's do this. Let's do that. Where do you see your way in makeup going? And that's one thing that led me to my careerless choices right now, or where I'm at right now. It's not careerless because it could definitely grow into something, but I sat back and I was like, okay, do I want to freelance? Cool. Let me make business cards. Let me get a website. Let me do this. Let me do this. But the thing was this is I had to be real. And I think in the world of makeup, it's just so, in a sense, taboo because there is no, well, if you want to be a makeup artist, these are the things you do. Like, for instance, if you want to be a nurse, you go to nursing school, you do like, you go to college, then you go to nursing school, then you kind of intern for a little bit, and then you become a nurse. Easy, right? Well, it's not easy. Kudos to those choosing that route. Like, y'all are the real ones. But for instance, like, if you want to be like a successful photographer, or if you want to be a successful makeup artist, there's no like, okay, you're gonna take this step, then this step, then this step, then this step, and it's gonna get you there. Like, you have to like sit back and really analyze and think like, okay, do I want to be a makeup artist for events, photo shoots, fashion shows, TV shows? Like, there's just so many different areas, you know, in which you can flourish and blossom into. But then again, it's kind of nice to not keep yourself in a sense in a box. I'm just like everywhere right now. But what I'm saying is, so that's very difficult too, is finding out, okay, I'm passionate about this. Where do I go with it? So, and then it's, whenever I sat down and I thought like, okay, makeup is my thing, I sat down and I made a website, business cards, Facebook, Instagram, all dedicated to my makeup. And I'm definitely still learning. I'm definitely still growing. Hence my career list. I also currently work at Nordstrom, which is incredible. I work for an incredible brand. I work for Charlotte Tilbury, and I love, love, love working for that company, working for that brand 100%. I love working with makeup. But the thing is once you figure out what your happy is, stick with it, but also don't keep yourself to that. Like, I'm a goal-driven person. I like to set goals, but at the same time, in this kind of I'm like weirdly itchy in places. That's like my ear. I keep scratching my ear. Anyway, like, I set goals, and whenever I set goals, like the beginning of this year, I set goals, and I keep saying set goals. Anyways, I not only wrote down the goal, but I wrote down steps to get me closer to that goal. Okay, like, if this is the goal that I want to be, how am I going to get there? Let's do that. So that's something super important. And I think once we have goals and we're able to take those steps, and even if we have like a fallback of some sort, we're able to rely back onto those steps to get us where we want to go, you know, or to alter them just a little bit to get us to our goal. So I think that definitely gives you like a sense of purpose, like when you're goal driven or you have a goal and you give yourself steps to get there, because sometimes I find it like, oh my God, I want to do the makeup for a photo shoot. I want to do the makeup for a photo shoot. Okay. But how am I going to do that? How am I going to, you know, so sometimes the goal is definitely achievable, but if you don't set yourself up with like steps on how you think you could get there, then I feel like in a sense you're setting yourself up for failure. Like, I think goals are beautiful, but if we just kind of set them out there, we're just like, well, why haven't I done the makeup for a photo shoot? We just kind of get down on ourselves, you know, because I do think like schools and sometimes parents make us goal-driven individuals to where if we're goalless, then in a sense it's like, well, I'm just going to be stagnant and unhappy. And I am a person that does not like to be stagnant at all. Like, I'm always looking for the next up or new outlet or just switching things up. So that was a really, really big thing for me. Also, something that has helped me become more confident in myself and the way I approach things is by sitting down and thinking, okay, what do I want to change about myself? Do I want to change how I think? Do I want to change, see, here I am itching my ear again. Do I want to change, I don't know, the fact that I bite my nails or whatever it may be? Again, set something, it's in a sense a goal, but I wrote down the things that I wanted to change and how I wanted to change them. For instance, I'm going to share with you one of the things I want to change about myself. So I still rely on other people's opinions about decisions that I make. Obviously not just some Joe Schmo off the street, like, should I buy this? What do you think? I don't know you. It's not like that. It's more of like bigger things that mean things to me. So the thing that I want to change is getting people's perspective or opinion on big decisions that affect me, like, directly. One of the reasons why I wanted to change that was because a lot of times I would take their input and I would make their thoughts my thoughts, and I don't want to do that. Because especially if it's a big decision for me, I want to sit back and just think like, Christina, I think I'm a smart girl. You're a smart girl. What do you think? What are the goods? What are the bads of the situation? Okay, so make the decision on my own. Because when you lay down and go to sleep, it's you that has to face the consequences or the good or bad on your own, like you. So that was the one. So my camera stopped recording mid kind of talk, but it was just kind of like, generally it's just making my own decisions, based off of my opinions and both looking at the good and the bad and just really just analyzing it by myself. And so whenever the decision, you know, whether it's for me to move or what kind of car to buy or whatever it may be, that it's solely based on me. And it in my opinion, it makes me more confident. It makes me think like, whoa, you did this. You know what I'm saying? And there's no better feeling out there than making yourself proud. Just like there's no worse feeling than when you let yourself down. So that's another reason that ties back to having your back, having your own back, and just knowing like, I got this, because you do got this. You got this. And so to me, I don't want to drag this video out too long. And I really wish I had my notes just to kind of see. I was about to start. And another really big thing that has guided me towards self-confidence and just being more sure of myself and how I talk with meaning behind and when I step with purpose is, what is it? Is people only do to you what you allow them. So for instance, if there's a relationship that you struggle with, which I have been in and I've dealt with, it's why does this person feel like it's okay to do this, say this, act this way, or fall right back into old habits? And then instead of looking at that person, sometimes you have to reflect it back on you. And again, not in a belittling or hurtful or an ugly way, just kind of be like, be real with yourself. I feel like sometimes when we reflect on ourselves, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, I'm not as skinny as I want. Like, it's negative, you know? And it's okay every now and then it'd be like, damn, girl, your eyebrows are popping. Because have y'all seen my eyebrows? They're popping. Or whatever it may be, just hype yourself up. You're going to be your best hype man, your best cheerleader, but also your worst critic. And I feel like naturally we are already our worst critic. But we need to get into the habit of loving ourselves and just giving ourselves credit where it's due. But anyways, what I was saying earlier is turn it back on you and just say, he feels or she feels or this person feels that way because I'm allowing it. So what actions am I doing to allow this, and how can I change it? And you don't have to change it in an ugly way. Just be real with yourself. Like, if this person feels comfortable to fall back into the old habits, like, how am I guiding that and making it like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. That's cool because you're doing exactly what you just did, which got us, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's okay every now and then to reflect back and just be real with you. In situations where you walk away and you don't feel that confident, or you just feel like it didn't go the way it's planned, it's okay to reflect back, but also be real, not in an ugly, demeaning way. Just kind of like, okay, well, I could have done this, and then moving forward, I will. Something else, I think this is going to be the last thing I say, because I feel like I'm talking so much, is the way you think. So I think we were not raised, but our minds are just kind of like trained to, if we see, like, for instance, let me just keep it generalized to me, not generalized, but specific to me, is when I saw a pretty girl, I would try to find something really quick ugly about her, so she was like lesser than. And I have changed my thoughts in thinking whenever I first see somebody with something nice that I see, what is something that I can compliment, like, just change the way you think, because, and the reason why I started doing that is because, man, I thought one time I was going for a run and I saw this guy's dog, and his dog was so ugly. I was like, man, that dog's ugly. And then I thought, like, what if people could hear your thoughts? Would you think the same? And that's what made me start changing the way I thought. And not only will it change what you think about people, but it'll also change what you think about yourself and how you see things. And it'll just open up these beautiful doors for you in which you never even could think, like whether it's making friends, networking, just great energy coming your way, all just because of the way you altered the way you thought about a situation or about a person or just about people in general, and especially about yourself. So make sure that you build yourself up and just be like, dang, girl, your hair's popping, your hair's tight as hell, and it's giving you an eye lift. I mean, can we really talk about how tight my ponytail is? Like, seriously, I could barely move my eyebrows. Today at work, I was on the struggle bus. As soon as this camera comes off, this is the first thing that's coming out of my head, this ponytail, because seriously, it is the tightest ever. But anyways, I'm just going to wrap it up with this tight-ass ponytail conversation. No, but really, I just want to wrap it up with love yourself. And sometimes loving yourself also means being real with yourself. It doesn't have to mean like rainbows, sunshines, butterflies, unicorns. Like, no, because it's not always going to be good. Because just like there's great days, there's bad days, there's bad moments, but also know that everything is temporary. Like the ugly day, like those ugly moments that we kind of manifest and like really marinate in, they're temporary. So don't even worry about it. Just take what you can learn from a bad situation and move forward. Take something good from that bad situation and move forward. But that's really what I want to wrap this all up with is just love you. You're good, you're bad, you're ugly. But in the ugly, find beauty, because it's you, and that's all we got. It's just us. This is our brain, this is our minds, our thoughts, and we have control over it. We don't have control over what people say, what people do, but we have control over how we think and how we act. So make that a priority, make that a privilege for others to hear your thoughts and see your actions rather than just being negative or holding on to ugly things, because you are beautiful, you are incredible. And you have such a beautiful purpose in this world. And I absolutely love you. And that's it. I'm bad at outros, I guess. But anyhow, I really need to get this ponytail out of my head. I appreciate you so much for stopping by and watching this. Please let me know if you have any ideas or questions for future videos. Other than that, I think I may do some makeup. I may do like outfits. Really quick, I do want to touch on the shirt. It is a Brave shirt, and I bought it from this person that came into Nordstrom one time, and she's talking about her brand, and it's all about building people up, building your confidence, and loving yourself. And I mean, it was only fitting to wear it in this video, because that's what it's about. It's about loving you and being brave to do so. So yes, I forgot what I was saying. But I'll link her Instagram where you can find this kind of shirts and other things about her down in the description box. Is that what it's called? I've been out of the game for a little bit. But other than that, I hope you have an incredible day, and I will definitely get some ideas on what I want to do moving forward. I definitely do just want this to be a little bit different. So I hope y'all enjoy the ride along with me, and have an incredible, incredible day. It is what you make it, and make it just beautiful and great. I love you guys. Thank you. Bye.